Oh, whew, man. I've got to do something about this. Oh, man. Here we go again. Stay put. Hey, what's up guys? RJ here, back with yet another video. So as you can see, I've got a bit of a problem in my bathroom. Too many toothbrushes on the sink. No place to put them. So in this video, we're going to take a look at how we can quickly and easily make a wall-mounted holder for all three of the toothbrushes inside Fusion 360. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay, so this is what the completed holder looks like. So instead of starting from scratch, what I'll do is I'll just scrub through the timeline down here so that we can see exactly how I built it. Alright, the first thing, of course, was to select the plane, the work plane, and in this case is the bottom work plane, and I just created a sketch on it. And we'll just take a quick look at the sketch. Pretty simple sketch. I created a construction line here and here, one horizontally and one vertical, because I wanted to use the pattern tool. I'm trying to use that more and more. So I was just going to create one and pattern them over. So that's exactly what I did. I used the ellipse tool right there. Created an ellipse, measured it out according to the toothbrush. Now I have two different toothbrushes, a newer one and an older one. The older one is, in this dimension, is slightly longer. So it's a little more egg shaped, if you will, a little more oval. But thankfully the other one, the newer one, fit just fine in there. So in addition to dimensioning the ellipse, I also dimensioned off the far edge of this corner. From there, I patterned them over, 3 patterns. And let's get out of the sketch. And then extruded, the first extrude, I just extruded the base all the way up. This is the body, the main body of the holder. And then from there, I extruded the bottom up, and that was 3 millimeters, just to give me a fairly strong base. And it was a join. From there, I just did some rounding, a little bit of chamfers, and then I started my next sketch on the top here, because the newer toothbrushes have this need this notch cut out. So it's just a simple rectangle, dimension of course according to the toothbrush. I'll get out of that sketch. The next thing I did was to, of course, extrude and cut away this section. And from there, I started on my next sketch. And this is where I had to decide whether or not, how I was going to mount this to the wall. So if you don't want to mount it to the wall, you're pretty much done at this point, because you can just sit it on the bathroom sink or wherever you're going to have it. But in my case, I wanted to mount it to the wall. So I had to make a decision whether I was going to create little hole slots here and mount it, or whether I was going to get a little tricky and use slides. So I went and used slides. So basically I created a sketch on this bottom plane, and then of course just dimensioned off a groove, if you will, and then mirrored it over. So let's get out of that sketch. So from there, I extruded this section away, and that's a cut, of course. And then what I did was, in the next one, I extruded the same area up here down, but in this case I created a new body. And this was going to be the base, or the negative of this area here. And then from there I needed to just remove a little bit of area for tolerances. Now I printed this in ABS, so there would be quite a bit of shrinkage here. So I added, or removed rather, 0.35 millimeter off of this edge, and the top edge. So that brings us to the next sketch, which is this sketch right here. And let's see if I can show that better. So this sketch was made directly onto the area of the groove, and basically this is going to be the whole area extruded in this direction. And let me show you. So let's go ahead and get out of that sketch, go over, turn the rails on, and basically just extrude out, oh, let me hide the holder, extrude out the area where the screw head would go, and then from there extrude the actual holes that will go completely through the mount, the bracket. That brings us to the next sketch, which is a real simple sketch. I placed on the front just a large rectangle going from edge to edge, and what this does is it allows me to remove just 1 millimeter of area here, so that I could put like a sticker with our names for each of the toothbrush holder areas. Some you don't have to do, but I just thought it was a nice touch. Didn't want it on the surface, wanted kind of recessed, be easier. I think if it was flush, it'd been a little easier for the little stickers to peel off. So I don't know if that was a good decision or a bad decision, but that's what I did. From there, I rounded off a couple more edges, and right here I've removed 0.05 area right up here because of some concerns about shrinkage. I didn't want these holders to stick down too far. So from there, I built off of this, basically just simply taking the bottom here and extruding out 20 millimeters, and it was a join operation, which allowed me to create my next sketch, and it was on the face of this arm. Again, I'm really trying to use the mirroring tool, so it cuts down on quite a bit of work. So that's what I did. I created a sketch there. Sorry about that, that was my phone. And then moved to dimensioning, or I'm sorry, extruding out 16 millimeters out. And that would give us our lip, or our base for support right there. And this is a new body operation. From there, that allowed me to create another sketch, if I can get to it here, on that area. Let me show it. I guess it'd be easier if I just show you. And basically just sectioned off an area, a contour that I liked. From there, stop
the sketch. I did a mirror. Or no, I'm sorry. From there, I did an extrusion. So removed this section in the front, and that was a cut operation. And now I did the mirror. Mirrored this over to there. Real simple. From there, I had to combine this with this because remember, this was a new body and I needed this all together. So this was my first revision, which didn't work out very well. So I came back and added a piece to connect this side with this side. And from there, it was quite simple. I just created a square. I created the sketch on this one and created a rectangle rather over to this edge right there. Get rid of the sketch. And then from there, I just simply extruded the area over with a join operation, and that gave us a complete bracket. The problem I was running into is these things are fairly small, and trying to line the body up with these individually, it was difficult. So connecting these two made it a bit easier, to say the least, in installing this. So basically this is installed with just wall anchors. So this would be your wall, and if you would mount this bracket to the wall, get this in the middle here, and this recessed area will be the area that the head of the bolt will recess into. So when the body slides on, it's recessed inside of the body. So that's about it, guys. That's a quick rundown on the Sonicare toothbrush holder. So pretty straightforward, simple design inside Fusion 360. As I said in the tutorial video, the first version of the wall mount wasn't very good. It was very difficult to install. The second version is much easier. So there are many ways that you can design something based on one's imagination, based on your skill level within the software, in this case, that you're using. So my question to you, what would you have done differently? How could I have improved on my design? So that's about it, guys. So if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel. I really appreciate everyone who has taken the time to watch my videos, to make comments. It really means a lot to me. I appreciate each and every one of you. So this is the Christmas season where we're spending time with family, enjoying each other's company, hopefully. So I may or may not be able to get the next video out in 2 weeks, because again, I try to do a video every 2 weeks. So if not, if I don't get that video out, first and foremost, you guys have a Merry Christmas. All right, guys, take care. Toothbrushes are flying everywhere. As you can see,